Hi guys, my name is Ben and welcome back to the Pride of Villa. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 players that I think you should be looking out for when the Premier League returns on June 17th. That'll be starting with Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. You will be seeing some content on that, but for now we're going to be talking about 10 players that I think will have the biggest impact on the league when it returns for the final few games. So if you are going to enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you are going to be excited for this video. Be sure to check out fatalgroups.com. These are the best gaming accessories in the market, as you know. Use the discount code PRIDAVILLA, you'll gain 10% off. But without further ado, let's just go and get started. So at number 10, I've got Harry Wilson for Bournemouth. Bournemouth this season have been struggling alongside Villa and Norwich, and I think for me one of the problems that Bournemouth experience is the lack of creativity in their midfield. However, with the addition of Harry Wilson in their team this season, I think they've been a little bit better in that. I think some of the creative set pieces that he brings to the team helps them score a little bit more goals, gives them a bit more of a threat up front. In a Bournemouth team that has really been struggling this season to get some points and move up the table. With players that are probably not up to the same standards, I think Harry Wilson is that player that can bring them a bit more forward. We've seen what he can do for Derby, bringing them to the playoff final last year against Aston Villa. And I think this season he can help improve that by giving Bournemouth the final points they need to stay above the table and just avoid the relegation to the Championship. He has signed a deal saying he will be staying with Bournemouth till the end of this season, so hopefully we can see him come back, get the points and then move Bournemouth up the table. So in 10th I've got Harry Wilson. Number 9, I've got Jarrod Bowen for West Ham. Before he signed with West Ham, he was obviously one of the best players we'd seen in the Championship. This goes for last season when we were playing with John Mcginn and Jack Grealish in that league. Jarrod Bowen is a massive step up in the wider midfielder role, so it's bound for him to be signed in the transfer window during January. And luckily he did get signed at the last minute for West Ham, which I still personally feel is a bit of a waste of a move, as I don't think he's going to get much out of the West Ham team. However, he's a massively talented player. He can really help bring that assists and goals in for West Ham that they crucially need when they've been lacking wins and have really ended up in a place in the Premier League that nobody expected for him. Jarrod Bowen is really, really good. He can carry that team on his own if he has to. We've seen him do it with Hull City for the past few years. So in number 9, I've got Jarrod Bowen. Keep your eyes on him. He's really going to make an impact on this league, not just for this season, but for the coming ones to be. At number 8, I've got Nick Pope for Burnley. I wanted to try and get a bit of players in every position, and this is one I think that has got to be mentioned. Nick Pope plays for Burnley, obviously. He has the most clean sheets in the league with 11. This goes ahead of Alisson, Ederson, Schmeichel for Leicester. I think Nick Pope's really coming to his own this season. I can't remember what game it was, but it wasn't that long ago when he was on Sky Sports and you watched him and you thought this is probably the future for the England national team. With Pickford struggling for form, we may have Dean Henderson thrown into that mix, maybe Tom Eaton. I think Nick Pope deserves a really good mention for the starting lineup. He's strong, commanding in the box, he knows what he's doing, and clearly with those clean sheets, he's understanding of the role that needs to fulfill in the Burnley team, who have done not as well as previous years, but have still managed to keep a consistency with a poorer team. Sean Dyche clearly knows what he's doing with that Burnley side. In number 8, I've got Nick Pope. Number 8, I've got Nick Pope. Make sure you keep your eyes on him for this season. And number 7, I've got Phil Foden from Manchester City. This player is, out of everyone we're going to be talking about today, one of the youngest but probably the most up-and-coming talent in the league. When I saw him against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup final, he was obviously the man of the match. I thought he was brilliant, very commanding, very creative, understands the position, brimming full of confidence. For me, Phil Foden is probably wasted at Manchester City. I just don't think he's going to get enough game time with him, considering the players that he's surrounded with in the midfield that he has to compete with. I just don't think he's going to get that time, but that's why I believe a move away could be done good for Phil Foden. Some sort of like Jadon Sancho, we've seen what can happen when you get a move away from Manchester City. You can become one of the best players in the Bundesliga right now and could be imminently coming back to the Premier League with Manchester United. I think Phil Foden is a brilliant talent. There's something there for the kid. I just think he needs to work a bit harder, but and ultimately get a better move away, because just, again, he's wasted at Manchester City. But keep your eyes on him. At number 7, we've got Phil Foden. At number 6, I'm bringing you an Aston Villa player. It is not Jack Grealish yet. It is number 6, John Mcginn. This is a player that, for me, has probably been one of the better players of the two. I think for the first half of this season, it was John McGinn as our player of the season. I think for the second half, it's been Jack Grealish. But I think John McGinn is going to be a real exciting, imminent prospect coming back to Aston Villa when the league restarts. For me personally, I think John McGinn is going to be the deciding factor for whether we stay up or not. I know a lot of people want to say it's Jack Grealish, but for me, I don't think Jack Grealish can carry the team as much as John McGinn. I think he needs someone like him by his side to help push us forward. Because you got to think, before Jack Grealish started hitting his form, it was John McGinn who was banging in those goals and assists for Villa. So you've got to imagine that he can still replicate that form and bring us back. And that's what I believe he's going to bring to this Villa team. He's quick, he's dynamic, he's tactical, he's a mastermind on the ball, he's amazing dribbling, he's got a good shot on him, good finish on him. We know what he can produce, we've seen it in the Championship. So for me, John McGinn is going to be Aston Villa's saving factor this season. Whether we do stay up or not, we need to be keeping a hold of John McGinn. So keep your eyes on him for definite. It's number 6, John McGinn for Aston Villa. At number 5, I've got Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. For me, Manchester United have been a massive disappointment this season. You know, you talk about being probably the biggest team in England, you know, the most recognisable to English football fans and fans worldwide. Man United have been really poor this season, but one of those saving factors they've had is in the January transfer window signing their main man, Bruno Fernandes, in a midfield that has been strived of creativity and imagination, with Paul Pogba being injured and having to play players like Pereira, Fred, and Juan Mata. You know, don't get me wrong, Fred's been really good, but Pereira's just poor, and Mata's had his time. Someone like Bruno Fernandes has massively improved that team, and we've seen it. They've gotten better results and wins. They've got that amazing win over Manchester City at home in the 2-1 fixture. You know, they've proven time and time again they can pull out a good signing, and Bruno Fernandes is that signing. He's going to be the man that's going to help change Man United's season and hopefully see him finish in the top 4 for Champions League. He's brilliant on the ball. Again, another technician, another mastermind. Keep your eyes on him. It's Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. At number 4, I've got Danny Ings for Southampton. For me, one of the best strikers in the Premier League. I can't say Jamie Vardy because I do think he's a bit of an arse when he's got really nothing to prove, because he's not going to be doing much in his next few years. For me, Danny Ings has been sensational in a Southampton team, again, that you wouldn't think has been doing well, but it's all because of him. He's got 15 goals this season. At one point, he was the top goal scorer in the Premier League. You know, I think Danny Ings has finally found his footing at Southampton when he's been at Liverpool and elsewhere. I think this is the team that he needs to be at. He's perfect in that team. He can score goals, you know, he can help provide for the team, whether someone else needs to be set up for the finish. But Danny Ings has that killer instinct. He can go all the way, he can make it himself, and he's scored some absolutely tremendous goals this season. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get an England call up sooner than later. You know, I think he deserves it alongside Harry Kane being injured, and, you know, Jordan Rashford not being right now. Danny Ings could be the number 1 striker for England. So keep your eyes on him at Southampton. Let's hope he can still bang in those goals and get that England call up. It's Danny Ings at Southampton. At number 3, we've got the man himself. It's Jack Grealish for Aston Villa. This is Aston Villa's best player this season. I know we just talked about John McGinn being the one that's going to help save Villa, but I think overall this has been Jack Grealish's season. As it was in the Championship, I think Jack Grealish is just phenomenal. He's perfect with the ball, and he understands when to drive it forward, make the team move forward with him so they can create more attacking opportunities. You know, he's commanding in his position. He's versatile as well. He was starting in the more attacking midfielder role up front with the striker Wesley, but he's recently moved to the left wing, which has done him some good, but I'd still prefer to see him in the midfield. I think he's better suited there. I don't think he just has the legs and stamina for it. Jack Grealish is phenomenal. You've just got to see the transfers that he's been linked with this season. He's constantly on Manchester United's radar. There was times when he was linked with Real Madrid and Barcelona, so obviously he must be doing something right. Yeah, Jack Grealish is phenomenal. He can also be the one to save the season, but as I said, he needs someone like John McGinn alongside him. So keep your eyes on him. It's obviously Jack Grealish for Aston Villa. You love it. Number 2, I've got Sadio Mane for Liverpool. I think it's fair that we mention a Liverpool player in this team. They've been exceptional this season. They're obviously going to win the league. They truly deserve it. They've been an outstanding team. I was really struggling here because it was either going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold for the amount of assists and set places he can produce in that Liverpool team. It was either going to be Mo Salah or maybe Firmino. I think Sadio Mane deserves the mention here. He's been truly phenomenal since his move from Southampton. He understands what Liverpool means to him and has made him this amazing player. He's truly a phenomenal talent. Every time you watch him, you're just in awe because he's got amazing touch, amazing reflexes. The ability to finish is superb. His set pieces, his crosses, he's got it all. He's perfect, and he plays on the wing, so he's a bit pacey as well. Sadio Mane has really been my player this season. For Liverpool, he's been truly phenomenal, and I just think these next 10 games he's really going to give it all he's got, so keep your eyes on him. It's Sadio Mane at number 2 for Liverpool. And at number 1, this is my player that you need to be looking out for. This is De Bruyne for Manchester City. Without a doubt, player of the season in the Premier League, player of the year possibly. He's been absolutely phenomenal. Every time he's played against Villa, I know I've been crying because he's just that damn good. His passes are always on target. He's got amazing finishing. He's very creative in that midfield. He understands what it means to be a Manchester City boy. He's always stepped up on the big occasions. I remember when he came against Real Madrid in the Champions League. He's able to step up and get that penalty win and propel Manchester City into the Champions League, which is hopefully going to be their swan song for the season rather than focusing about the Premier League. They can finally win the Champions League and actually fulfill the dream that Pep Guardiola has for him. De Bruyne has just been phenomenal. There's not much I can say. Just go out there, go watch him yourself. When he comes back, obviously he's going to be banging in those goals, making those set pieces. You're going to be crying, I'm going to be crying. But overall, De Bruyne is my player of the season, and that's the top 10 players that I think you should be looking out for this season. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to kind of give you something a little bit different, give you a bit more of a tier maker rather than just a general conversation. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, obviously leave that like. You can dislike it if you want, but I don't recommend you do because I know you won't, because you loved it. Be sure to subscribe, check out Fatal Grips, turn on notifications, do all that shebang. You love it, I love it. But without further ado, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. I'll see you later, boys.